I'm just grateful that folks are starting to understand just because they got a warrant, it's got to be bonded. And I think you understand really well about bonds now.
Yes, sir. If they don't have a bond, then the warrant itself is a fraud.
Right. It's only has power over somebody subordinate, somebody who's subscribed to be bound by that warrant. Like if you were a defendant or if you were a citizen, then they don't need a bond because it's all one big happy family. But you're saying you're not part of this happy family, you're not part of this nation. You're saying I got my own family, my own nation, I don't recognize your warrant. If you want to exercise your warrant on me, please also attach a bond. Because I'm not part of the family.
Yes, you're correct, sir. And the reason why African American in this country and all people of so-called color who say they're black are suffering is simply because they're in the wrong government.
Yeah, they're in the wrong family. They're a member of the wrong family. They're not part of the family that they belong to. Treats them like a dog.
Right, sir. And it has nothing to do with racism. It has to do with sheer law. And the reason why they struggle so much is because even the Dred Scott case, they were not meant to be even U.S. citizens. They're under a different flag. Our flag is the Moroccan flag, one of the oldest flags in the world, the red flag with a 1 star in it.
Yeah, well, I usually don't worry about any kind of, what do they call it, symbols. I don't do any kind of idols or symbols. So to me, I try to get away from any kind of having people follow any kind of idolatry.
I understand where you're coming from, but my reason for mentioning the flag is I was going to say to you, African American cannot be a nation because every nation have a flag. I'm just talking law here. I cannot agree with you. This symbol bullshit too sometimes just get to my head, but according to the law, Black's Law Dictionary and that kind of stuff, every nation have a flag.
Right. If you want to operate through their courts, but I do not wish to operate under their courts. And I think if you go back to your nation and you explain to them, more of you don't actually, you just want to be your own nation. You couldn't care less if the other side even recognizes you as true. They have to operate under the same rules, throughout the world. If I'm not a member of your domestic under the domestic authority, if I'm not part of your nation, I don't care what your opinion is of me. I don't care. You have no jurisdiction, which means control over me. If you want to encroach upon, you're going to be committing a trespass, and I'm going to hold you liable as the man.